Welcome everyone to the newest episode of the Tumult Trials. Alright, here's Chopper trying to bother everyone again. Why? I hope everyone's having a good day. Tonight we are continuing down our Pauper adventure with a common only Afanas and Senka deck. So let's look at the hero, let's look at the deck list. I can kind of talk about just what it's going to be like, and then we can get into some games. So Afanas and Senka is a Yzmir hero that says when you play a spell, target character you control gains 1 boost. I mentioned this in another video, but a lot of people misread this as the first spell you play, but it's actually any spell you play. So this is typically a deck that splits pretty evenly between characters and spells. And this is where it like gets kind of hard. We talk about this a lot when we're playing Pauper decks. Losing the out of faction stuff hurts quite a lot. It might hurt this hero more than like any other we've played if I like just think off the top of my head, because we lose Spindle Harvesters, we lose Sneezer Shrooms, like we lose rare Mage Dancers, which is like a really big deal. There's just like enough things that are low cost characters that like are benefited by getting boosts. Either they have anchored or they get some bonus for like having boost when they're rare, or we also lose like some out of faction spells, which for some reason I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like 15 does not feel like enough spells. But you start getting into high cost things, which isn't really what you want to be doing. Now, looking at this list for the first time in probably a couple weeks, maybe like I could make the argument of switching the 3 Bakus for conjuring spell or whatever. I can't remember the like 3 cost, 5 cost, draw 2 cards. I could make an argument for that. I'm not going to change it because this is like the deck list I want to try. And I like Baku. I want him to work. And the thing is that like I think that we need a little bit more controlling elements, because like we just don't have staying power at Pauper. I think we're gonna have okay card advantage because we have like Baba Yaga, we have Magical Training, and we have Flamel to put things back in our hand if we need to. But it's definitely gonna be rough in terms of like characters and growing the characters. But we'll see how the games go, and we can talk more about it at the end. Ooh, Rin Orchid. That's interesting. Okay. For sure. For sure. For sure. Although, like, Flamel off you go is pretty good. So actually, let's do it like this. I awkwardly can't sabotage anything. So, like, they're definitely just gonna be able to block us. So this, our opening hands have been kind of awkward. Interesting. Okay, so they're just doing that twice, huh? Interesting. Is this like a Rin Orchid that plays like a lot from reserve? I haven't really seen that. Okay. So we put Baku away. We tried. One day I'll find a deck that I like playing them in. I wonder what their out of faction card is. I don't remember if it's, I think it's Axiom. Alright, here's a Spindle Harvester. Let's... sabotage the Copelia. They can nurture, but I think I'm okay with that. Okay, we're still winning there, but we might not be forever. So they're gonna, man, I wish I could. Let's say 2 characters each gain 1 boost. Okay. We're just gonna play this. Even if they play the nurture, because we can off you go this next turn if we need to. Like, okay, we're still gonna move here unless they have a 1-drop. So we're ahead by 1 spot. Okay. Meditation training. So basically 2 ways to give anchored. Ooh, vanishing gate. I think they just get rid of that. Alright. So we can off you go. Our stuff is so small. We need to play something before we off you go. Okay. So we're gonna try. Just. I think they're gonna make this bigger. They're gonna anchor it again. Okay, we're gonna risk playing over here. Because maybe they will think we have something more than we have. Okay, they are anchoring it. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so we're gonna Studious Disciple. Over here. Let's just see what they do. Okay, so we should off you go this. Because it actually doesn't matter. We'll just do it on this one. Because now we'll double advance. And that's going to stay there, but they're moving onto water, so it's actually bad for them. And we can put the off you go back in our hand. Basically not being able to anchor things is like pretty bad for us. The beauty sleep's pretty bad for us too. Not gonna lie. Oh, here's finally a Catagrin. Okay. I think we can get, they haven't played anything like especially big yet, so that's our second Vanishing Gate out of 3. That might be bad. Okay. So we play this, get this back to our hand, we can make it cheaper, and then, or we can do this and this and save these. No, I think I have to play this. They need water. They know they're not gonna move here, right? I'm like actually a little confused. All right, we're gonna play this. We're gonna put this back in our hand, and then we have it. We can see what they do. If we want to Catagrin or just play the Studious Disciple, I don't know. I'm like legitimately confused about why they played these over here. Like, this is wrong too. This person's ELO was so high. How was it so high? Okay, we're gonna play characters because so far they're not doing anything useful. I'm like actually kind of confused. Am I crazy? Like, they don't. We need 3. I can't get 3. Oh my god, we almost can. If I had 3 mana, we could put the Capelia. But they're not. I'm so confused. They're not moving. Okay. I'm gonna play this here purely as a I don't know what you're trying to do. If they beauty sleep the Flamel, that's good for us. Yeah, I don't know what they're trying to do. Okay. Because they're not. Now just no one's gonna move. I'm so confused. And now it's my go again, and like I have cards. Okay, we can. Oh, 4 and okay, we have 7. Wait, I can play all of this. I mean, they need water still. I'm gonna put it here. We have 2 spells we can play. Let's see what they do. So they're gonna give, but it's not doing anything. This isn't doing anything either. Why do you keep playing it on this side? This has been one of the most confusing games I've played ever. Like I really don't know what their intention is. Okay, well, we're gonna off you go first so that there's something. Actually, it doesn't matter because it's just gonna go away. I'm so confused. Do I think they could get 4? I think that they could get higher than a 2. So we'll put it on this side. Oh, maybe they're trying to Lyra Festival? You should still like, there's nothing to sabotage, but I kind of want the resupply. Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll take that. I mean, this doesn't really matter anymore. Like, even if you're playing a festival deck, I think you should still play, you know, correctly is not the right word, but you should play with the intention of like winning with the normal plan. Like, festival's not really, in my opinion, your main plan. It's just like if it happens, it happens. It's it's basically luck. Okay, after you. Ooh, okay. Or the next spell cost. What do they need? We need forest. They still need water. They need mountain. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think having an if we can use it, having the after you is probably okay. We got some small stuff. This isn't like ideal. Maybe they're gonna overpower us now. So no, I kind of okay. So 4, 7. Kind of want to keep everything. I don't think they're gonna put anything in. So that's 5. I mean, this is 7 already. Yeah. We're just gonna keep everything. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if nothing else, we can just off you go. We only have to move on one side, right? So we can just off you go play something. Yeah, so we're gonna after you. Let's see what they do. They finally played something that will move them on this side, but like we can easily take care of it, and that's gonna have sleep. So, okay. Have to be smart about this. So right now they have everything they need to win. So this is 8. Man, I wish we had one more mana. Okay. We're just gonna play this over here. Okay. They don't have enough to do this again, so we just have to get rid of... What is it? Fleeting, anchored, or asleep? Okay. We just have to get rid of this, right? Or the Kodama. They're still gonna move, though. They shouldn't be able to get fleeting again, and we're gonna have a 3/3/3 on this side. So they're definitely trying to festival. Drawing another banishing gate would be pretty good. Okay, so that's 7 right there. Yep, we're just gonna try again. I mean, the thing is, like, we definitely made it harder for them to get fleeting. And they don't have anchored anywhere over here anymore, so we kind of have free reign. We only have to play on one side. So we're gonna get rid of the beauty sleep. So this is gonna give anchored. Alright, and then draw a card. I mean, I certainly hope we should be good, because none of their stuff has the counters anymore. We only have to move on one side. Nice. Ooh, okay, this hand is not bad. 2 Baba Yagas, magical training, off you go. Okay. I think we... kind of need to keep the off you go. Okay. We'll try this. Ooh, Subhash. We haven't seen Subhash in a while. I feel like we see Yzmir all the time. This might be the game that goes in the video and not the first one. Welcome to the newest edition of the Tumult Trials. We are playing a common only Afanas and Senka deck. Hope everyone's having a good time wherever you are. Hello YouTube. I haven't said hi to you yet, I think, so hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're enjoying the games. Feel free to like and subscribe if you are so inclined. And we're going to play a Baba Yaga. And I draw a card. At noon, you may pay 1 and put a card from your hand in reserve to create a brass bug. I like Subhash. I don't really see him that often. I kind of thought he'd be better, but I almost never see him in like competitive events. Really? I guess that makes sense because they're not going to win. All right, we have somebody who knows how to play. Small step. I'm so tempted to try to like win with small step. There's 3 in this deck, only because when you play only commons, you have to sacrifice your morals. Man, this is like another card that people just really don't like, and honestly, there were so many ways off the top of my head that would make it like so much more manageable. Like, I don't know. 1, make it happen at dusk, so at least the person knows it's coming, and like they can try to do what they can. If you're tied in the expedition, maybe they can try to like just tie you and then go to the arena. It could say like it only moves if the hero and companion tokens aren't adjacent, so like it'll never win you the game, but it will move you to where they're next to each other, and then you have to win with like characters. Honestly, just so many things that could be done that would really make it at least not feel as bad, even if it's like functionally the same thing. But that's not in the cards for us. Well, we'll move here again. It's crazy to me that they made a card that like actually can't be interacted with, and just like can win you the game on the spot. Cause like nothing else. Every single faction in the game needs a card that does that, just in like a different way. I don't know how you would do that, but having it be like a faction exclusive thing feels really weird. Man. This deck probably plays mostly low cost stuff, so I think the banishing it is fine. They might play Brass Bug Hive, although so far I haven't seen anything to make me think they do, so we might be okay. What do I want to do here? Okay. That's not super great for us. It's not like terrible, but it's not super great. We're gonna play Alice. We're going to play it over here. We have enough to off you go. We have enough to Mage Dancer or Tooth Fairy if we need to. Wish we had a little more. I always feel like I'm 1 mana short from like just sealing the deal, but that's games. Okay, so I have 1 mana left. I mean, we have to off you go. And like maybe we could have off you go'd the Brass Bug because that was gonna go anyway, but functionally it's the same thing. The Brass Bug doesn't go to reserve in the first place. They have a 1-drop that can beat 3/3/5. Okay, so they're just trying to resupply. They're trying to see more cards. That's fair. Chopper, what are you doing? Okay. Unfortunately, the off you go is probably too expensive. We have no spells, so we're not gonna keep Studious Disciple. But Alice and Alchemist, that's not too bad. That's a decent amount of stats. You could double Alice. Probably gonna after you. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get rid of the Studious Disciple. Just unfortunately, not really at a point where it feels super useful. So let's see what they do. They're definitely... Okay. So they're gonna make the Brass Bug. They might Tinkerbell us, but if they Tinkerbell us, then they can't. Okay. Alright, they're getting rid of the Alice. Okay, so... yeah, we're gonna play Alice here. It's basically, they have to play the Callan Elemental, as far as we know, to win in Water. And you can just play this and keep... these are both gonna go away. Okay, this will become 3/3/3. So we definitely beat them here, but we also beat them here. So where do I want to beat them more? I think I want to beat them more here. We're still still tied up. It's been pretty close so far. which is pretty interesting considering. Okay, small step. I mean, honestly, now I might keep the small step. Because we might actually, if we can keep staying tied, which we can play all of this. If we keep staying tied, especially if we can double advance right now, we can just play small step and win. So let's see. I think that's like a little bit of a pipe dream. I can't imagine they're gonna let us double advance, but you know, who knows? Maybe they will. But I think we actually play everything. I don't think we. Basically, what we play first is going to be determined by what they put here. So maybe they have the brass bug finally, but they won't be able to really do anything. Okay. So maybe they're just gonna play this for stats. Alright. We're gonna put this over here. I don't think we're gonna move on this side. I'm curious what they're gonna do though. They can play both of these things. Usually like this is in your deck because you have permanents. But even the normal brass bug hive is too expensive. They can't do both on the same turn. So they're gonna resupply, which doesn't really do anything. I mean, it gives them a lot of mountain, which they don't need. We're still moving over here, and they're not. Curious. We still have this. Like, we're tied here, and we're blocking them here. They can do both of these things, which would be bad. But we would just tie them in water, like no one would move. Okay, they're going over there. Okay, so the question is, do I want to get out of mountain, or would I rather be in forest? Or do I want to go to mountain, or do I want to go to forest? So they're gonna move as well. I think I'd rather be in forest. Is my guess. Maybe they won't play this? I don't know. Maybe they're waiting until they can play the hive and this on the same turn, because then it's like good. Because then you get two brass bugs that are 3/3/3s, but that's all you're doing. Oh, they really passed. Okay. So we're staying tied up again. What an intense game. It's like a weirdly intense game. Alright, 2 small steps. Okay. Well, I don't think we need 2 small steps. And we need to draw cards, because now we're kind of a little bit screwed. Although technically, if I small step, I'll... No, they're definitely going to move on both sides if I do that. No, we'll get rid of one of the small steps. Man. this deck is performing so much better than I thought it would. Um, I'll talk about like at the end what I would probably change, and I think it's like pretty obvious since I kind of mentioned it already. Okay, if we both move once, we can actually. I don't know. This might be them turning around. Okay, here's Haven. Interesting. I I don't think like Haven's typically what's played in this deck actually. Okay. Man, the thing is like, oh, Dr. Frankenstein can just pass us up pretty easily. We kind of need to magical training into something like really good. Yeah. Because right now they'll double advance. Okay. It's at least a resupply. So we can sabotage whatever they have, but this might be the end. They might have found the cards finally to seal the deal. Ooh. Telon Burst is not it. That's not good for us. Ooh, that's real bad. Okay. We're gonna get rid of the Martingale. Man. Honestly, wait, no, we can't. Okay, so we would. We'll tie over here. So they won't win. Oh, no. Oh my god. Are we actually gonna do it? I'm gonna be so shocked. Honestly. Whoa, cat. I'm gonna be absolutely shocked if this actually works. Alright, we'll get rid of the... Our cat is jumping around like crazy. I mean, I should just be able to small step, right? And move and win, because it's a fair card. Hey Sayonara, hope you're having a good night. Honestly, this is going way better than I expected. Because I think I'm about to win. I'm pretty sure I just have to small step. My Hero Expedition. Boom. Welcome back, everyone. Those were some games with a common only Afanas and Senka deck. So we're going to talk about the games, and we're going to talk about the deck a little bit, what I would change, kind of like what I hope they add to common to flesh out the deck for Pauper at least, and then we'll go from there. So I'm not going to lie. I'm actually surprised. Very little like surprises me in card games when I build decks. They almost always play out exactly like I imagine them they will. Like if I think a deck's gonna do poorly, 90% of the time it does poorly. If I think a deck's gonna be like really easy to play, 90% of the time it's really easy to play. I went into this thinking we were gonna get steamrolled, like hard, no matter what we went up against. And you know what? It was fine. The two games that are in the YouTube video we won. We played one other game against Yzmir just for people to know. and we lost that one. And Sigismar is almost always the deck that I think the Pauper decks are going to struggle with, but that's just because it's hard to deal with all the bodies when you don't have like rares and everything and out of faction stuff and uniques. Your disruption becomes pretty limited even in Yzmir at common, but genuinely surprised. We didn't really use Afanas' ability that much, but we just like, I don't know. We were like on our A game today, I guess. We just disrupted the exact things we needed to disrupt, and we'd win with like 1 point on terrain and be like, well, that's all you need to win. So it just like worked out. I'm trying to remember. The second game was very close. I don't really like the card Small Step Giant Leap, but I think that was a game. It was so weird that we just stayed tied the entire time, and I was like, all I have to do is keep this in my hand and play it as long as I can keep tying them and we keep like both advancing on one side, which we did. So it did look like our opponent kind of had like some bad draws during the game. The Rin Orchid game was one of the weirdest games I've ever played. I cannot explain how weird playing that game was. Really just had no idea what our opponent was doing. And even when they finally played Lyra Festival, I still was like, this doesn't make up for the 90% of the game you've already played where you played things on like the wrong side every time. It was so confusing. But actually really fun. Really surprised at how well it performed. Maybe it was just the night. Maybe my opponents just like had bad luck. We almost never win 2 games with Pauper decks, so actually kind of wild. In terms of like what I would change, at least for this like Pauper common only build, I kind of mentioned at the beginning that like it probably needs more spells, which I think the gameplay showed that. And I really like Baku, but it doesn't really need to be here. Like I don't know how much it affected the game we played it. So I'd probably switch out Baku for any other low cost spell. Maybe the draw 2 card, but that's kind of expensive. We're already kind of running more expensive things than you normally would in this deck just because we don't have the Spindle Harvesters and the Sneasel Shrooms and things like that. Things that I hope they add, I mean, more things that care about you casting spells, like more things like Mage Dancer would be cool. I don't know what they would do, but just, I don't know, a Mage Dancer at every point of the mana curve would be kind of neat. More low cost spells. I kind of want more spells that are expensive from hand and lower from reserve. I think Yzmir typically has the opposite, at least at common. It would be nice to get like things that cost less from reserve for Yzmir at common. Maybe like a magical training that is the opposite of what it is now, but maybe it does something else. Maybe it just gives a boost. Maybe it just puts a card in reserve or something. I don't know, but just something like that would be cool. But yeah, the deck was like weirdly fun. It does help that I like the hero, but I was really expecting to just like get totally stomped every single game, and we didn't, so I'm pleasantly surprised. And I hope everyone's having a good, I almost forgot to just like say bye. I hope everyone's having a good night or day or time wherever you are. I hope you're having a good life. Hope you enjoyed the games, YouTube. Feel free to like and subscribe if you are so inclined. It's always appreciated. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.